As the festive season approaches and we edge closer to being able to switch on our out of office sign, I think we should all start a bit of a mental wind down process. Now for me, this starts with my mobile phone. It is beloved, but it is also meaning I am constantly switched on, constant streams of information coming in, and that's not great for my mental health. Now it can be very difficult to go cold turkey on your mobile, so I recommend a gradual switching off process. Maybe an hour a day to start with, gradually building that up to an entire day where you don't have your phone. With that spare time, do something that just makes you feel happy in the moment and calm. If you are feeling stressed or low or anxious, it is important to take some time to talk to somebody. Diarise some dedicated time to a therapist, GP, friend or family member, just somebody you trust. It may be tempting to reach for alcohol to self-medicate at times like this, especially during the festive season when it's so readily available. But often you end up feeling worse the next day because of the plummet in serotonin, so it is not something I would recommend. One way to manage your mental health and stress may be to spend some more time in the great outdoors. There are a number of studies to suggest that time spent in nature, greenery and wildlife can all improve psychological well-being when compared to those that spend it in more urbanized areas. It can be difficult whilst at work to get out and get access to these types of areas, but it has been shown that even just small parks, small green areas, just a little local patch of green may be enough to improve your stress levels. So perhaps think about taking your lunch to that local park instead. Whilst on that park bench, it might be a good time to start practicing breathing and relaxation techniques. We know that those that regularly practice suffer with lower levels of anxiety. And if it is difficult for you to get away from the office in order to practice these types of things, it's something that only takes a few minutes and you can just do with your eyes closed at your desk. Closing your eyes is also likely to help with any eye strain you might be suffering with, having been staring at your laptop or computer screen for long periods of time. If relaxation and breathing techniques is not something that you know much about, there are plenty of resources online and apps that can help guide you through it. A particular favourite breathing technique of mine is a very simple one called the box breathing technique. So simply where you take a breath in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, and you breathe out slowly for 4 seconds. Then you start again, and you repeat that until you start feeling calmer. It can be really tempting to sit on the sofa all day watching Christmas reruns, but it is important to regularly exercise for our mental health. We know that the endorphin release boosts our moods. So the NHS recommends 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise a week. And it's also important to ensure that you're also doing stretching exercises and strengthening exercises as well. So maybe even fitting in a lovely yoga class, which will also help with calm and relaxation too. If you can't get away from your desk and you can't fit in exercise, then try and do some exercise whilst at your desk. Think tricep dips, desk push-ups, doing some chair squats. There's plenty you can fit in. Finally, I know that Christmas can be a really stressful time for some, thinking about finances, presents, family feuds, exhausting social calendars. But I think it's important to remember that it's meant to be a time of joy. So if you can, fit in some laughter. Find that joy again, because actually we know that laughter in itself improves our stress hormones, lowers our blood pressure and our pulse, and can lift us up on some of even the hardest of days.